It's back in Daniel chapter 6 and 24. It says in the king command they brought those men which had accused Daniel. Right. This is this. This is Revelations. This is Revelation chapter 12 verse 10. It's Daniel chapter 12, verse 10. It says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointing, Yahweh Shai. It says, for the accuser, because we're ushering in the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. You know what I'm saying? Because the nation of Israel and stuff got next. You know what I'm saying? And forever. As it says, world without end, right? It says, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. That's Esau Edom. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Esau Edom, you know what I'm saying, got a hold on other Israelites, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, and what is that hold? The privileges. You know what I'm saying? The benefits. You know what I'm saying? The higher authorities instead of just regular citizenship as everybody else. You see? Right? Right? And they're gonna use those, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna use them and stuff, you know what I'm saying, to use those Israelites. They're gonna use those Israelites and stuff to persecute other Israelites. You see, you know, right? Because when it comes down to my scoffers and stuff, the one thing that they love to say and stuff is like, well, we know the truth. We know the truth and stuff. Well, if you know the truth and whatnot and stuff, but yet you're not trying to build upon Israel and whatnot and stuff, you're not trying to help Israelites, or you trying to cause Israelites and stuff to be more for the world than for the scriptures, then guess what? Your ass gonna die. And as it says in Luke 12 and 12 and 47, Luke 12 and 47, it says, he that knoweth his Lord's will and prepared not himself shall be beaten with many stripes. So being a scoffer, you know what I'm saying, you know, being a scoffer, while if you're a scoffer of me, or you're you scoffing me or scoffing other brothers and stuff that preach the exact doctrine, you know what I'm saying, because you too entwined stuff with the ways of the world, well, guess what? Since you know, you're gonna be destroyed, and you're gonna get you're gonna be destroyed, you know what I'm saying, with a painful destruction, man. You see, first it starts with spiritual, first it starts with spiritual death, and then it becomes a physical death. You see, right, right. So accuser, it says for the accuser of our brethren is cast down. It says which accused them before our power day and night. You see, and when it comes down to Esau Edom and stuff, Esau Edom is like this. It's like, look, Lord, see, they're eating pork and whatnot and stuff. But guess what? You made that meat more affordable than the foods and stuff that they are supposed to eat, and you know better. You see, because like, why you like it or not, Esau, Jacob and Esau are brethren. You see, right? They're just two different people. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? They're just two different people. One is one is the individual, one brother. You know, Jacob, which we are of the house of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Which his name was changed to Israel. Yasharallah, Prince, he Prince of the Power. Right? The thing is that you know, we dwelt in the tents. You know what I'm saying? Right? Like being at the crib, chilling. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? Why Esau and stuff like going out there and hunting shit and stuff. You know what I'm saying? The movie, what's it called? Open Season. You had old boy and stuff, the poacher. You know what I'm saying? You know, when all he cared about and stuff was sitting up here catching more and more animals, and then the ones that kept getting away from him, the little deer and the bear and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He was that much in search and stuff on hunting them down. You see? Or look at Bear Grylls, and it's another one stuff, but he might be Jake. And he do the river monster thing, man. And you be seeing them gigantic stingrays and shit and X-rays and stuff in the river. You see, right? So it's right. So they're gonna do anything. They're gonna do anything, right? And matter of fact, let me come back to this. This is but guess what? Just like how Esau Edom in Genesis the 27th chapter, he was like, is he not rightfully named Jacob? Because Jacob's name in Hebrew and stuff is Yahweh. The Yah meaning he, Iquab meaning supplant. In other words, the stuff how you people use it and stuff is called finessing. You know what I'm saying, right? All right, right? Thing is that it was an equal exchange. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that Esau lied and said that it was stolen from him, taken away from him when he rightfully gave it up, gave up his birthright. You see, that's why right now and stuff to this day they're trying to kill off Israelites, even if they got to use other Israelites. You know what I'm saying, to do it just so they can maintain their rulership. You know what I'm saying, but it's not gonna maintain, right? So this is John. This is John chapter 15. And I'm starting at 15. It says, henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. It says, but I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. Right? When it comes down to this knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Also these different operations and whatnot and stuff, these different things that we look up that's similar to the same stuff that they did in the past before cars and shit existed, right? Where it was just still horses and chariots, right? The thing is that we bring this out and whatnot and stuff. Those CIA agents, FBI agents, militants, mercenaries, those individuals and stuff who's specifically made and stuff, groups that was created stuff to come against us for bringing out the filth about this place and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Uh, 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 they're gonna be seeking to try to take us down. You know what I'm saying, for having this knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Right? And we already see it. We already see it. We already see it. When it comes down to having too much knowledge and stuff, what's the first thing they try to do? They try to put you to death. You see, right? So it says, it's John 17 and 16. It says, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. It says, and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit. It says, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye ask, you shall ask of my Father in my name, he may give it you. It says, these things I command you, that ye love one another. It says, if the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. It says, verse 19, if ye were of the world would love its own. You see? And when it comes down to it, a lot of Israelites that's in these positions, that's moved by Esau's philosophies and different prizes and benefits. There it is. This First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 11. In those days when there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. These are Israelites who are not trying to go through the straight gate. They wanted easy on this side and stuff and still making it into the kingdom. When the Lord clearly had told them that, guess what? Through much tribulation shall you enter into the kingdom of heaven. Tribulation means trouble. You got Israelites and stuff who want to escape the persecution, but still act like they went through some shit so they can get it a crown and stuff when it comes down to the kingdom. When guess what? You'll be coming up another way if that's the case. It's called Jacob's trouble for a reason. You see, the scripture says to endure into the end. What are you enduring if everything is okay with you? If there's no trouble, if your faith is not being tried. It said fight the good fight of faith. You know what I'm saying? Why do you gotta fight the good fight of faith if you good all the time? If you ain't going through no trouble, how can your faith actually build up? Or how could your faith actually get stronger? You know what I'm saying? If you ain't going through shit for it to get stronger. When's the last time you did one push up and your ass was swole the next day? Never. You gotta keep going at it, man. You gotta keep going through it. Matter of fact, when it come down to I think it's either lobsters or the crawfish or the snails or whatever and stuff. The little crawfish and stuff. When it comes down to their growth and whatnot, they need to get a certain shell that's going to give pressure upon them. You know what I'm saying? So they can grow larger. It's the same way and stuff through the spirit. If you want your faith to grow, guess what? You got to go through series of tests for your faith to grow. For your belief to grow in your how about outside, you got to go through series of trials. You know what I'm saying? in order for you to believe in him more and stuff on the fact that he got you. You see, you know, you got a lot of Israelites out there and stuff where they think it's like, oh, all I gotta do is just repent one time. No, you gotta repent every day. You see, you can't get closer to the Lord by doing just one thing. No, you gotta consecutively do it and stuff. You see, being born again and whatnot and stuff. When you a baby and stuff, you can't just when you got babies and whatnot and stuff, you got to teach them everything and stuff. So when they get to a certain age, they know how to utilize the knowledge and stuff that they was given or learned or taught. So like it that they was given, that they was taught and whatnot and stuff, so they can use it and stuff in this cruel world. You see, because America means bitter, and it's bitter philosophy and stuff that's stretched out to the rest of the world, man. You see, right? So this so being born again spiritually, you can be 50, you can be in your 20s, you can be 30, you can be 70 years old, you can be 80. You know what I'm saying? You know, being born again is relearning this knowledge and stuff where we once knew these things. Remember, it was taken away from us by the way of Esau, Edom, and all the rest of the heathens, man. As it says in Psalms, the 83rd chapter. You see, they was confederate each other and stuff. Let's take the nation of Israel out of remembrance. How did they do that? By going to the younger generation as they doing right now. You know what I'm saying? To teach them another doctrine so they can grow up in that and stuff. And then guess what? It'll be an endless cycle and stuff instead of the ways of Israel and stuff being pushed or being taught and whatnot and stuff, the ways of the heathen will be taught instead. That's why it's such a problem right now and stuff for the ways of Israel and stuff to be to be brought back in remembrance and stuff. You see, right? Because that means the end of their kingdom and the rise of the nation of Israel and the kingdom and stuff to come, where they will be punished and we will be in glory, man. You see, right? So going back to First Maccabees 1:11, it says, "In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, Let us go and make a covenant," it says, "with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow." You got a lot of Israelites and stuff who's going to be like Lot's wife. You know what I'm saying? The angels told Lot and his family and stuff, it's like, hey, keep walking, don't even turn around. Lot's wife turned around. Why? Because she cared about all the riches she was leaving back. She was hanging on to some shit, and it cost her death, right? And then guess what? You got a lot of Israelites and stuff who's trying to persuade other Israelites and stuff. It's like, look, you'll get all this money. I'll make you a rich man. Just like how King Antiochus, when it came down to the seven Maccabees brothers and stuff, including their mother, it was like, hey, eat this swine, denounce the Lord and stuff, and I'll make you a rich person, and then I'll make you famous. You see? But the thing is, they was like, look, fuck you. We care about the Lord more, you know what I'm saying? Because we know he has power over your ass. So what do we look like going against him? You see? Like Apostle Peter and stuff, and the rest of the apostles had told the wicked Sadducees. It says that it's better to obey God, you know what I'm saying, rather than men. You see, it's better to serve the Creator than the creature. You see, right? So go back to John 15. Back in John 15 and John 15 and 18. It says, "If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before I hated you. If ye were of the world would love his own." It said, "But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you." Why? Because we don't live the same way. You know what I'm saying? You know, we live according to the scriptures and whatnot and stuff. Why everybody want to live outside the scriptures? You see? And it says, verse 19, it said, "If the world hate you, if you were of the world would love its own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you." Verse 20, it says, "Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also." And when it comes down to when it came down to Yahushua and stuff, they kept trying to trap him up in his words. You see, right? And the one thing and stuff that you need to worry about and stuff is aggravation and agitation. You see? Because Satan, the spiritual demon Satan, you know what I'm saying, aka the devil, you know what I'm saying, is on these different Israelites and different heathens to irritate you and stuff, to get you to try to say something, you know what I'm saying, so they can try to use that and stuff so they can deliver you and stuff to the counselors. You know what I'm saying? Or deliver you to the governors, pretty much put you in jail. You know what I'm saying? Right? Why? Because our fashion is of another turn. You see? Right? Right? And it said, verse 21, it said, but all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. You see? So it's going to be the same thing, and that's what they did to Daniel, looking for anything. You see? Right? Just like how, say if you go to a job, right? Say if you got you apply for a job and stuff, right? The first thing that they looking for and stuff is your background. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they looking for work history and all that and stuff to see if you experiencing it and this, that, and third and whatnot and stuff. But at the same time, they looking for your background and stuff to see if are if you're a threat or danger and stuff to the workplace. You know what I'm saying? And whatever gets pulled up and whatnot and stuff, that's what they're gonna use to see if they're gonna hire you or not accept you. You see, right? Well, it's the same way, but guess what? Within this wicked society and stuff, what I'm saying? They'll go to certain scriptures. Deuteronomy, the 22nd chapter. You know what I'm saying? When you read and stuff, it sounds like rape. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much what it is just in case that happens, just in case that happens and whatnot and stuff, there's a way to handle it according to the scriptures. You see? Right? And if you don't really have the money like that, you ain't trying to do anything and stuff because you would have to still go back to the father and stuff and pay him. You see? You know? Or say if the daughter and stuff is a bitch and whatnot and stuff and you getting it in and whoop the whoop. Or say if she's taken already and whatnot and stuff and you kept going. You see? And she cried out and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But you kept going and whatnot and stuff, right? The thing is that you'll get slain, but she'll get saved. You see? You know? And for the fact that you didn't know if someone was together with this person or that person and whatnot, right? You wouldn't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Right? And it's the same way here. You see? So what it's gonna do? Put you in jail, right? But anyways, Daniel 6:24, right? But Salaki. But they're gonna use that, they're gonna use putting homosexuals to death. You know what I'm saying? But once again, since we in captivity, we can't do those things. You know what I'm saying? But let the Lord do it. You know what I'm saying? We come down to the homosexuals, the transsexuals, and whatnot and stuff, right? Satan is roaming around these jakes and these heathens to put motherfuckers like that to death. You see, and remember, it's the Lord numbers our steps. So if He numbers our steps, you know what that means? That means that He knows when you're gonna stop walking, but that doesn't mean that you know when you're gonna stop walking. You see, right? So this is and they're gonna use those different things and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Call us homophobes. You know what I'm saying? Transphobes, transgender phobe, whatever the fuck they call it. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much all you gotta do is speak correctly and stuff, or how correctly and what needs to be. You know what I'm saying? In this God-forsaken land and stuff. And guess what? You're gonna be declared the enemy anyways. You see? This Daniel 6:24, it says, in the king commanded, and they brought those men which had accused Daniel. It says, and they cast them into the den of lions, them, their children, and their wives. And the lions had the mastery of them and break all their bones in pieces, or ever they came at the bottom of the den. So you know what that shows? That shows that setting someone up can fuck you up. You see? And that's why when it come down to Esau, Edom, and all the setups that he doing and stuff, when it come down to the nation of Israel, even the wicked of our people and whatnot, he still got to take account in for, man. You see? And that also includes and stuff the rest of you heathens, man. You see? And when it come down to you jakes and whatnot, if King David probably got forgiven for it and stuff, but guess what? He had a death, he had a punishment worse than death. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't going to be really any peace within his lifetime all the way till he died. And when it came down to King David and stuff, he was constantly in war. He was constantly in war. Until his son, King Solomon, that came through and whatnot and stuff and ruled over the land after him, that's when 40 years of peace and stuff came. You see? I don't know. I don't know. right? So the thing is that King David set up one of his soldiers. You know what I'm saying? Because he tried to get him to raise a child that wasn't his. You know what I'm saying? But he was more dedicated to King David, where it was like, nah, I'm finna still fight this war. I'm talking about Uriah the Hittite, which was an Israelite from the land of Hittite. You see, he wasn't no African, he wasn't no Hamite. He wasn't a descendant of Ham. He was a descendant of Sham. You know what I'm saying? A descendant of he was an Israelite. And the thing is that what happened is that since things ain't go according to King David's plan, he like, okay, I'm gonna send you out there and stuff in the heat of the battle when the Ammonites, the so-called Japanese, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna put if you get put to death, you know what I'm saying, then guess what? My hands are clear from that blood. No, that blood was being stuck. That blood was being placed upon his hands. Why? Because he set up a fellow Israelite, man. You see, because he thought he leaned upon his own understanding and thought he was going to be cleared. Where it's like, hey, if he dead and stuff, then guess what? I can still sleep with his wife. Because King David committed adultery. Yeah, we want the sure mercies of King David and stuff, but guess what? If you set somebody up and stuff, that's your own ass you got to worry about. You see? Because the one thing and stuff that I notice when it comes down to a lot of you Israelites, you sit up here and think it's like if you get somebody else to do it and stuff, you're cleared. If it didn't work for King David and stuff, which was a man after the Lord's heart and stuff, what the fuck you think it's going? How the fuck do you think and stuff is going to work for you? King David and stuff, he probably didn't get put to death, but another punishment was placed upon him, and it was something that was worse than death. You see? Back in Daniel 6:24, it says, and the king commanded, and they brought those men which had accused Daniel, and they cast them into the den of lions, them, their children, and their wives. And the lions had the mastery of them, and break all their bones in pieces. Or ever they came at the bottom of the den. So guess what? Those lions, the Lord shut their mouth up and stuff so they wouldn't eat Daniel. You know what I'm saying? But once they saw it was a setup and stuff and Daniel was still alive, they pulled Daniel out of the den and whatnot and stuff. And the ones and stuff who set Daniel up and stuff, they cast them and their families in there. You know what I'm saying? Then the hunger of those lions and stuff came up out of nowhere and they was devouring them, man. You see? Killing them, eating them. They had lunch. You see? They had lunch. Verse 25, it says, then King Darius wrote unto all the people, nations, and languages. It says, that dwell in all the earth, peace be multiplied unto you. It says, I make a decree that in every dominion of my kingdom, my men tremble and fear before Yahweh Bashem Yahshai of Daniel, the power of Daniel, for he is the living power and steadfast forever, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed, and his dominion shall be even unto the end. He delivered and rescued, and he work of signs and wonders in heaven and in earth, who have delivered Daniel from the power of the lions. You see, it says, so this Daniel prospered in the reign of Darius and in the reign of Cyrus the Persian and whatnot and stuff. So when it comes down to you Israelites and whatnot and stuff who want to be placed in these situations, you know what I'm saying, where you want to be linked on to Esau Edom, I'm gonna tell you right now, when Esau Edom and stuff tried to give a benefit to Eve, and also like when he was named the serpent, when the serpent tried to be beneficial to the Eve and whatnot, when she was going through that punishment and stuff, the serpent ain't come through and be like, Lord, it was me. I was the one who convinced her, you know what I'm saying, to eat of that apple. And that apple itself is talking about having knowledge of good and evil. You know what I'm saying? Because knowledge of righteousness was only known, you see? But the knowledge of wickedness and stuff wasn't known, you know what I'm saying, until it was taught onto her, you see? Right? Right? You know what I'm saying? Beguiled, finessed, you see? And I like to say this and stuff, the difference between the supplant and finesse, supplant usually be fair. You know what I'm saying? Right? Right? Like how Jacob supplanted Esau, that shit was fair. You know what I'm saying? But when it come down to a finesse, it's usually by deceit. And that's exactly what the serpent did to Eve and whatnot and stuff, right? And got us into this situation. Through her, we all die. You see? And that it also includes you women, other women. You see? Right? But the thing is that for you women and stuff that set up men, you know what I'm saying? You want to trap up men, use the system and stuff against men and whatnot. All Esau Edom is doing is killing two birds with one stone. You see? And why are you trying to set men up and whatnot? You're going against the order that the Lord had prescribed, where a man will be above a woman and a woman will be underneath a man. You see? You see? So if you keep walking disorderly and whatnot and stuff, guess what? The Lord's going to put you to death. And all you different agents and whatnot and stuff, and leads, so you can keep your positions and whatnot and stuff. And for the fact that you really don't give a damn about the kingdom to come, or you just don't believe, guess what? The Lord's going to kill you. I'll close out this Second Chronicles chapter 15, and I'm starting at 12. So because you got to understand this, you probably had made a contract and stuff, but when it come down to Esau, Edom, and whatnot and stuff, right? You probably had made an agreement with him and whatnot and stuff. But guess what? You can peel away from that if you want to and stuff. You better have faith. You know what I'm saying? Just like brothers and stuff, like individuals and stuff who used to be in a gang or cartel or mafia of different organizations and whatnot. And you better have faith when you come up into this thing, because you got to leave all that shit alone. You see? This is Second Chronicles 15 and 12. Remember, you had for the fact that reincarnation actually exists. The thing is that guess what? Uh, 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 um, uh, the thing is that when it comes down to it, we ought to be in a regeneration stuff that follow Yahweh Shai stuff back from the beginning, or follow our forefathers. You know what I'm saying? And the prophets of old and whatnot and stuff, right? The thing is that we already made a covenant with the Heavenly Father. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? That can't be broken. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no paper and stuff to rip up. You can't burn this. You see? You can't put in a bottle and stuff and toss it in the ocean. Well, that's it would still be legit if you do it that way. But when it comes down to it and stuff, it's like this. The covenant that we made with Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, it still stands. You see? Second Chronicles 15 and 12. Now, once again, if you are in those positions and you believe, you know what I'm saying? Just like Cornelius, he was in the Roman Empire army. You know what I'm saying? You know, and he believed. You know what I'm saying? Use the world, don't abuse it. But you have a lot of individuals who are abusing their positions. You know what I'm saying? When they're not repenting at all, and trying to also go gun ho for Esau Edom instead of go for gun hold and stuff for Yahweh Shem Yahshua. You see? So the Second Chronicles 15 and 12, it says, and they enter into a covenant to seek the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua power of their fathers with all of their heart and with all their soul, which is also the first great commandment. It says, verse 13, that whosoever would not seek the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua power of Israel should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. You see? So if you ain't seeking for the Lord, I don't give a fuck what your status is. I don't give a fuck what your position is. I don't give a fuck how you look. You know what I'm saying? You know, short, tall. You know what I'm saying? Handicapped, not handicapped. Hey, if you believe in Yahweh Shem Yahshua and stuff, hey, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. You see? I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahawa Kakodash. Double honors to apostles of great millstone, and salutations to the elect, which we hope to be. Shalom, wa Baba Ball, Kwam Yasharah. Strive for your crown. Keep your crown, and let no man take it away, including yourself. Shalom, wa Baba Ball, Kwam Yasharah.